Look at the blossom on this plant. I thought the pink part was the blossom until the purple popped out yesterday. Very pretty. Hello. Do you have plans for the 4th of July this year? We really don't have plans. My husband's going to take several days off around it, and we're just going to relax, and probably he's going to work on the garage. But it got me thinking about 4th of July's in the past that were good, memorable. And when I first moved to Texas, I can't say it was the very first 4th of July, but I'm pretty sure it was because I moved here the end of January of 87. And I was not accustomed to Texas weather. I was accustomed to Oregon weather where it rains a lot. Like I think I heard 9 months out of the year. So August is a pretty nice month if you like hot sun and you want to do water sports. But if you're camping or doing anything outside in the evenings, you still have to bring a jacket for the evening. That's what I was used to. It's different here. It stays warm. Some would call hot overnight. So back to the 4th of July, we had a poolside apartment. We had a 1-year-old, and we were going to grill and play water volleyball out at the pool at the apartments that I lived in. And there was a whole group of people. We made friends like really fast. There was so many people our age, so many people with young kids. So everybody had something in common right off the bat. So we had our towels, our coolers, our sunscreen, went out by the pool, got everything set up. Everybody was laughing and joking and enjoying the sun, soaking it up. And all of a sudden, it turned dark. Thunder started happening. Lightning started happening. And I mean, it was way louder than what I was used to. I was used to like just a little drizzle, maybe a little light rain, but not like this. It poured. We were getting soaked. It just came all of a sudden. And we were grabbing our stuff like our towels, running for the shelter, which was a breezeway between apartments. And I stood there and I looked out and I said, well, there went that 4th of July. And one of the other girls said, oh, no, no, no. This is just a quick thunderstorm. It's gonna blow over. We'll be back out there in 15 minutes. And I was like, okay. I didn't believe him. I went back in the house because I was like 2 doors down from the poolside. And sure enough, 10, 15 minutes later, sky cleared up. It was completely blue. And we went right back to the festivities of the 4th of July. And another time, I hadn't been divorced very long, and I was dating the guy that I'm married to now, and he wanted to go down to New Braunfels and float the river. And I didn't have a problem floating the river. I didn't have a problem camping. That sounded like fun to me, but I don't like to do it in the rain. Probably because of where I grew up. If we didn't do stuff in the rain, we just didn't do stuff. So the weather forecast had rain in it at least the first day. And I was really backing out. I didn't really want to go. But he said, no, 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 come on, let's go. Well, it was a 4-hour drive without traffic. It can turn easily into 6 if there's traffic. So he said, just ride down there with me. And if it's raining for more than 30 minutes, something like that, after we get there, we'll turn around and we'll go back home. I said, okay. So, it wasn't bad. The windshield wipers just had to be on intermittent most of the time. It wasn't like a downpour. But I'd already kind of settled into kind of a bad attitude. I thought I had just wasted 4 hours. Well, I think it was longer than 4, but I'd wasted my time riding down there only to waste more time to ride back. And he goes, well, after he parks the car, he goes, let me just get out and walk around. Let's give it 30 minutes and then we'll go home if it's still raining. And I said, all right. Now, I don't think I even had a cell phone at this time. So it was just complete silence. And we're in the middle of this field where people like just pop up tents and tables and chairs, and they camp in groups or by themselves or whatever, but it was like no designated campsite. We were just in the middle of this field. And I think they charged $20 per person per night with a 2-night minimum. So we were supposed to stay, at least 2 days. So we'd already paid $80 to get in, only to maybe turn around and go back home. So I'm sitting there sulking, feeling sorry for myself. And I'm actually not really like watching the clock, like, okay, you got 10 minutes left. I was just sitting there waiting because I figured he'd just get back in the driver's seat and we'd head home. Pretty soon he comes around to the passenger side of the car and he goes, "Do you have a minute?" And I said, okay. Now I'm kind of like, it's worn off. If it's raining, it's raining. We're just going to ride back home. I wasn't like in a bad mood. And so he goes, okay, come around this way. And he brings me around to the back of the car. And the trunk had been up. He got something out of the trunk. And he had bought all new camping equipment for this weekend, which I didn't have any. I assumed that he had some. He'd pitched a tent, blown up a big, nice air mattress. He put an awning up over the entry of the tent. He had a little table and chairs set up, a little grill, like a propane grill, and he had a cooler with food and drinks in it. And so when he comes around and asks me to come around and look at something, then I see this tent pitch and I'm like, "Did you just do this?" And he's like, "Yes." And he hands me a beer and he said, "Will you stay the weekend here with me?" Or whatever days it was. It was over the 4th. And I was like, "Well, yes, I will." Now, that night, it stormed like crazy. And the wind was blowing, the rain was coming down. "Barry, stop. You're too noisy." Shh. And when we got up the next morning, so many people were soaked. Like there was a fence and people were hanging all kinds of bedding out on the fence to dry. Now, it was a beautiful day now. The rain was gone and it was great weather for the rest of it. But we stayed perfectly dry. And why that may not seem like such an interesting story to someone else, it was to me because I was only dating this man and I didn't know what he was actually capable of, nor the fun that was in store for us for the rest of the weekend. Thanks for doing the laundry with me. I look forward to next time. Bye.